All right, so this is part two of the video. This is just the fourth quarter. Y'all entered fourth quarter with a 12-point lead, I want to say. And y'all end up kind of giving the lead away. And these are the toughest videos to watch, but you got to learn from them. All right, so, history don't repeat itself. Uh, Ball security is the biggest thing. Y'all are going to finish this quarter with 18 turnovers. So there's going to be a lot to show. I'm going to show just about every one of them, and hopefully you learn from every one of them. All right. Some of them are team turnovers. Some of them are just individual. Some of them, they all have different reasons. Let's learn. All right. So here we go right here. Y'all are in y'all's offense. That's running good. This is a good start. Savion uses this screen. Okay. Got to be careful not to get a moving screen. You get a lot of those, but if they don't call them, they're letting you get away with it. Hey, I say set moving screens, but you're gonna get called for these. That's too much lean. But Savion, now look, y'all are coached the way you coach. I'm not in the huddle like I always say. I think you're supposed to be running to this block, especially if it's open and then cut out. But you look like you're running straight to the corner, so that's why Mason throws it behind you because he's throwing it where I think you should have ran. Now, if that's not the play, hey, that's just what it is. Y'all got to communicate, but you got to cut to score, Savion, and then pop out from what it looks like. We are very next possession. All right. Now, make sure like you're touching somebody. All right. So 34, I had said this earlier when they weren't in this desperate mode of, hey, let's be aggressive, run through every pass. I mean, because it's not like they're in control. This is just chaos, and y'all are struggling with it. All right, but you got to make contact to make sure you get the ball. So you don't touch them, and now you're not open anymore. And Mason, you haven't used your dribble, so you shouldn't be panicking for a 5-second call because all you need to do is dribble and that count will start over. He's not open. Don't throw it. All right, and that's a live ball turnover. The dead ball turnover is throwing it out of bounds. You guys get to set up your defense. This is live ball. Nobody gets to be down on defense. Lucky for you guys, Manville smoked a ton of these layups this game. All right, so y'all just got to make sure you clean it up. All right, so y'all got the ball back from that, and then right there, Savion steps inbounds. So Savion, you got to watch that. Y'all got to you guys got to work harder and know how to get open. All right, that's a good talking point to have. Y'all are just running around, not making contact in order to get open. So you got to get open. And Savion, you got to know where you are on the floor. I would step at least 2.5 feet to 3 behind the line just to make sure what just happened won't happen. All right, so when you have a 12-point lead, this is how you lose it. You lose urgency. So y'all just had a turnover. Look how everybody's walking around. Are y'all in a 2-3 on baseline out of bounds? Or y'all man? Whatever you're in, there should be a ton of talking to make sure they don't get an easy basket. So y'all aren't really like y'all didn't even sub, meaning there's nobody who should be guarding somebody new. So then, we get lost, and there we are, wide open three, bang, because we're not ready. All right, and that's simple. That's how you give up a lead. Now, here we are. We're taking out the ball again. I think this is actually a pretty good idea, throwing it to the middle guy. I wish I saw back here how well he got open. My guess, since that guy was trailing him so close, he didn't do a good job of doing his work early, and that's what we call like, to get open. But y'all have a turnover. Luckily, they throw it right back to you. All right, let's push it ahead. So now we get it here. Now earlier I said good job on the 2-foot finish. 34, you're gonna be the type of guy, you're not gonna be the best athlete in the gym. Because if that's a better athlete than you and you go off 1 foot, you gotta go up. You can't pump fake or anything. If you pro hop and land on 2, you can pump fake, get into his body, get a foul call. But if you go, mano y mano, that's gonna happen a lot. All right, so let's see how our baseline out of bounds look because we had some miscues, baseline out of bounds. All right, so one of y'all struggle is I think this is Trent. Trent, you're leaving way too early. You're too busy wrestling this guy. First of all, y'all fighting, and then you leave super early. The play is for him to screen for you, and because he screens for you, you're either gonna pop open, or this guy is gonna help a little bit, and then basically when he helps, when he helps, this guy's gonna dive. But you left super early, so now he doesn't even have to help, and he could just guard his man. So that's not open. Luckily, this on the other side, y'all waited, and because it's not a perfect screen, but it's okay. It's good enough. So this guy has to help a little, and now the dive is open. Now, Savian, you got to be patient and know why you're running what you're running. This guy is open again. You can see Coach Mawan right here throw his hands up because he knows that should have been a layup right there. All right. So we got to keep those possessions. Now here, this is just lazy. All right. So you can't play straight up. Can you shoot from this position? No. Can you drive from this position? No. You only can pass. So this guy can get as physical as he wants because there's nothing threatening about this position. And there's just no urgency. So boom, he's just tapping the ball away, and there we have it. So like, just the urgency isn't there for you guys right now. Now remember, these are back-to-back possessions. Now one thing I'd say is, if they're trapping and this guy goes and traps, this guy needs to probably stay behind the ball and make sure he makes himself available. All right, because if you run up here, now he has to throw it over these two guys. Here's a good rule of thumb. They're in a man press, but like if you're ever in a zone against a zone press, if you get out the first trap, usually you'll be okay. And if you don't run past the ball and stay behind it, you probably could get out this first trap, and then you'll be open to dribble. And if he helps, throw it to the opposite guy. So I don't know if all that made sense or not, but the another thing is, if there is a turnover, you're also back there to protect the basket. All right, again, they're just missing layups after layups. But here's another turnover. Boom. I think that's kind of chalk up to court awareness, not knowing where other players are. All right. And then when we get here, my man here, you got a bad habit, 34, of just watching your man. So since you're only looking at your man, Trent is pressuring the ball. Now, y'all have the lead. I don't think the guy can score from out here. I don't think you need to speed them up and make them shoot quicker shots by defending that far out there. But anyway, so as a result, he gets by you. But since you're not ready to help, no help, wide open layup. All right, so you got to be able to help the helper and watch your man. So here we go, trying to get the ball right back in. Now, I think the play, now I'm not in your huddle, but a lot of times when people do this, they run up, they get this catch. You want to hit the streaking guy right here. All right, let's back it up a little bit. All right, so when you catch it middle, since this guy is face guard, you want to hit this guy streaking, one of your guards streaking, and it's there if that's the play y'all are running. Now, if the coach wants the post player dribbling up court, hey, that's also what y'all want to do. But I think you should hit this streaker right here, because guess who ends up stealing it from you when you start dribbling? The guy who he outran already. So there's the tap behind. So instead of it being like a 3-on-2, 2-on-1 type of break, or 3-on-1, now we got to take the ball out and do another baseline out of bounds play. So let's check that out. Hey Trent, you got to win the mental battles here. And they're pretty easy. I mean, next time I see you, I'll tell you about it. But you can't just wrestle guys, because you're always going to get it caught. And I know you're getting frustrated with him because he's not even letting you get to your spots. But you got to win those mental battles. That's another conversation. But anyway, because of that, I think you're not thinking about how to execute the play. And I saw in the first half you did execute it. So that guy's bothering you, in my opinion. So let's move it. So now, as soon as this ball gets here, you take off again super early. And now that guy don't have a chance to screen. He doesn't have to have a chance to help, so you're not open. This is a better screen over here. All right, there's the dive, but now this guy's able to get open. Here's the thing about this turnover. Savian's running away from the basket. You got to bend your knees, be a little more patient. Don't hit him so early, because if he catches that, what's he going to do with it? All right, but as a result, live ball turnover. They're off to the races. This good hustle on getting back. Like I said, you guys battled. It's not really y'all's effort. It's how much you know for a lot of you. So a lot of y'all's turnover so far has been, you're not ambidextrous, so you're not good at handling with both hands a lot of times. You don't have a feel for the game. Where are players? Understanding time and score, understand where players and personnel is. And then also, the poise and patience is lacking, and y'all need to play the game lower. A lot of times y'all are getting turnovers because y'all are playing tall, which when these guys are getting in you, they're putting you on your heels, and it's forcing every pass to be weak. And right now it's just snowballing because nobody wants to have the next turnover, so now y'all playing scared. We're gonna dial it back, and we're gonna compare some of these out of bounds plays, because when this score when it becomes fourth quarter, guys just forget, they get tight. So now y'all aren't running the plays as good. We take off early, so now we don't have to help the helper. And y'all have some good baseline out of bounds plays. Y'all have a good offense. You got to let it work for you. But if you start panicking and your timing isn't right, I mean, this is the stuff that happens. So that's the execution there. Let's go back to like one in the first half. All right, so here we go. Much better play. Matter of fact, the setup is even in. I think both guys walk in. All right, here comes the screen. This is a solid screen. So now this guy has a chance. Is he going to help? Because if he does, then the dive guy is going to be open. If he doesn't, then, Savian's coming off this screen pretty clean. So he gets hung on the screen. And there we go. That's how y'all's play is supposed to be run. Hey, look, the coaches can just put y'all in a position to succeed. They can't run the plays anymore. All right, so y'all got to go and execute out here. So hold yourself accountable to that. But because of this, he got hung. This is a terrible closeout. Savian goes against his momentum, and that was set up because of the baseline out of bounds play. So now we're in the paint. All right, getting the paint touch, getting fouled, going to the free throw line. All right, that's how y'all's plays should be run. All right, so here we go. Again, we're struggling to get open, so y'all aren't getting any separation, so that's killing y'all. All right, but there we go. Another live ball turnover. All right, let's fast forward it just a little bit. All right, so like I said, y'all are battling. They went to the hole. Y'all got, y'all are trying to get the ball back, but the turnovers are just killing you right now. So we got to understand why we're doing this. Go, another turnover. Nobody's able to get any separation to get open. Bad pass. All right, now we get a foul. There we go again. The guy forgot to guard him. But the guy taking it out, his man is going to be the first one to go jump trap. All right, so just stay behind the ball, because if you stay behind it and you throw it right back there, you got plenty of space. Get out the first trap. But now, because we get trapped, this is actually, he is strong with the ball, but your head's not up, so you're not able to see anybody ahead of you, so you keep dribbling, and eventually it's going to be a turnover. Because y'all have the lead at this point still by like 7 or so. The only thing that really, really matters is possessions. Right now, y'all are giving those away. Free throw, y'all are allowed to have 4 in the box. Y'all need to have 4 in the box. So if coach is talking to somebody back here, Trent, you need to be in the box to help rebound. Y'all need as many people as you can to make sure that if they miss this free throw, y'all get it. So this is another thing that hurts you. Y'all put 3 in the box. The guy who would have pinched that guy isn't there. And there they go, getting another basket, because of that. So you got to understand, you got to be able to do that. Now, we don't get separation to get in. Matter of fact, that was a good run by Trent. Good look, but Trent, every pass can't be straight. Throw it over the top like a oop, and then he could just tip it in. He don't need to dunk it. Just throw it so hands can't get there. You're trying to throw every pass straight, which means that's going to be a deflection. All right, over the top pass. This is one of the few times where y'all kind of stay behind the ball in a sense. You still kind of cut, but because there's such a big gap, you're able to run through it. But if you stay behind the ball, that's usually, and not in this instance, an easier pass than throwing it over this guy. That's why I like being behind it, because you can throw an easy bounce pass. All right, but hey, you're off to the races. All right, and because of that, you got out the first trap, and there's the travel. All right, so gotta clean it up. But as you notice, let's back it up. This is one of the few times where y'all got open and y'all got out the first trap clean. All right, and because of that, these are the types of looks y'all could potentially get. Y'all had numbers. I think he let go of the ball too early. He didn't make a defender commit, but nonetheless, that was one of y'all's better possessions. If we can get rid of that, this is just shows like at this point nothing really is going well for you guys. All right, y'all get a steal right there. I actually think he got fouled. They didn't call it. But y'all just missing cribbies after cribbies. I mean, just right there, point blank at the rim, and none of them going in. All right, now, we got to have floor balance. Let's kind of talk about this real quick, because I think this is worth saying. Who is this last? The last guy, Matthew, you got to make sure you don't crash as well. All right, y'all got 3 guys under here. Who's going to check break? So both of y'all can't get way in there below the free throw line, because guess what? If they get the rebound, they got 2 guys behind you guys. So you got to be able to think and be like, oh, you know what? It's not worth it to get a 5th guy down here to crash. Somebody got to stay back and protect the rim. All right, and y'all just get way too deep. Like all 5 of y'all are in like a 5 foot radius within each other. So transition is gonna have to get better too. They probably could have called something right there, but hey, nonetheless, hey, if you don't got guys already back, you're in trouble. And then here comes another turnover and a foul on top of it. So we just capitalize on mistake. All right, so here's another possession. We come just simple passing and catching, just the fundamentals of basketball. Couldn't do it right there. Now they're off. Again, y'all guys, y'all play and run hard. That's good to see. When you make a mistake, y'all make up for it. But the turnovers are obviously the killers. One of the habits y'all got to break is, like, don't dribble immediately right when you catch the ball. Like, learn to play out of triple threat. All right. So, I don't think you had to dribble right there. Even when we get it right here to this corner, that's not triple threat though. The ball goes above y'all's head way too often. Statue of Liberty style. Everybody knows you can't drive, shoot. You can only pass from that. So you're just a single threat. So he can just be aggressive. All right. And y'all are just too lax with the ball. The ball needs to go from hip to hip. All right. Hey, there they go, missing more shots. But hey, that's an area you have to grow in. Learn triple threat, your triple threat series, guys. It's necessary. All right, following possession, we try to get it in. Now, Savion, every pass can't be from your chest. People have arms. You see that? That's a deflection. Just like you got to learn to throw a bounce pass, you got to learn to throw it with your left hand. It came from the right side of your body. So as a result, there's a deflection. All right, and I think he might have went out, but they didn't call it on him. They called it out on Pearland. All right, so we're off. We got the lead, but we're still playing really fast. Oh no, actually y'all don't have the lead. They've caught them all the way back. 13-0 run. All right, and then they call it a charge. Let me see. I didn't think it was a charge, but nonetheless, player control foul. That's a turnover. All right, so we're just at this point in the game. I think y'all have only taken. I mean, if we count that scramble where y'all shot like 50 shots under the goal, y'all probably only taken 2 or 3 shots this half, and there's only 2 minutes left. Right, so look, you got to stay disciplined. Matt, I thought you played a really strong game, like defensively on the ball. But guys, you don't need 3 people on one guy, because if he gets this ball below you guys, it's going to be a wide open shot, and he does. So now you immediately have a 2-on-1 situation. All right, luckily they're just missing layup after layup. But so we get it, Mason. You got to be under control. All right, so as soon as you see that this trap is coming, you got to learn how to like retreat dribble and get away from him. This guy's causing y'all a lot of problems because he's just decided I'm just going after the ball each time. So that's another live ball turnover. So now they're gonna get easy points. We got to take those away. After they score this layup, y'all should be able to get the ball in pretty quick because it's kind of tough to catch what man you got and get attached to him. So y'all should have been able to get open a lot easier than that on this one. All right, but you have a non-guard catching the ball because y'all didn't get open, and so there's a travel trying to get into play too fast. And so one thing, guys, I think a lot of guys go in the gym. They think there's only one way to get better. They work on their step backs. They work on a couple of dribble moves. They don't work on how to get open. All right, and that's a legitimate skill. If anybody had that skill, they'd be playing whoever it is. So you got to find ways. If you're on the bench, find ways to get playing time. If you're a starter, find ways to keep your staying power. And trust me, y'all are trying out for next year now. You're trying to prove to the upper coaches that, hey man, this is a skill that I can do, that I can bring to the table for you. Don't look like everybody else, which also means don't train like everybody else. All right, but this is a very dangerous pass. Y'all know y'all can't eat off that all day. All right, so it works out, but we don't want that to be a cornerstone in our press break. All right, so Trent, this is what I mean. You're one gear, full speed ahead all the time, so I don't really have to guess. The reason you're a little easier to guard at times is because nobody has to guess how fast you're going to move when you're going to move. I already know you're going to move at top speed, so I just need to make sure, if you're a good enough athlete, I just need to run along with you. But if you're willing to go to second gear to fourth gear, then first gear, that's tough to guard. All right, here's the other thing. You got to hit people on time quick, especially with the amount of ball pressure y'all are getting. Hit Savion now. For whatever reason, you kind of hold it, and now it becomes a dangerous pass all of a sudden. That guy's been running through passes all day. Savion, when you take this shot at the top of the key, Guys, all three you can't crash. Otherwise, you're gonna leave guys back here, especially the shooter. Saving as the shooter, you can't crash. There's a stat that you hear your parents in the stands saying follow your shot. That is not good. All right. One, that's shooting to miss. Two, you only get 3% of offensive rebounds from the shooter. Don't follow your shot. The good shooters I know are going the opposite direction after they shoot it. All right, but because you crash in, five guys below the free throw line, poor floor balance. Here we are with again, y'all are busting y'all butts to get back. I gotta respect that. Hey, so listen, I put every single turnover that they had. There's like probably a couple seconds left, so y'all probably got like one or two more. Y'all had 18 or 19 turnovers in a quarter. Let's times that by 4, like for a game. That's 80 turnovers. That is a new record. 18 turnovers, 19 turnovers is bad for a game, and y'all got it in a quarter. So you guys, the reason these videos, and we're putting these videos, y'all have something to make sure you work on. So y'all got to hone in and figure it out. Hey, how am I going to stop turning this ball over so much? How can I bring something value to the team? This team needs somebody who can show ball security. And whoever can bring that is going to add a ton of value. I'm talking about irreplaceable value. That's the guy who can't even come off the court for a water break. If you want to be that guy, get better at changing your pace, get better at dribbling with both hands, get better at having better court awareness, get better at passing from different angles, get better at reading the defense. These are all skills that most kids don't think about, and obviously it's necessary, and it's on both sides. It goes down the line. So this isn't to make you feel bad, this is to make you aware. All right, so make sure you guys become aware and start doing something about it now that you know. All right, good luck, fellas.